Cut off from the world, Antonio depended solely on his land. He used to do it with his family, but in recent years, he had to do it alone. His children moved on and lived their own lives. That's just life, right? No man is ever ready to bury his wife. Antonio had to go through that ordeal. Alone in his house, he tried to move on. He became more apathetic and reclusive. He rarely visited the village, growing his own food, raising animals, and providing for himself. Only the visits from his grandchildren brought back the smile that faded once they left. In a drawer next to his bed, we found 2 boxes of cigars and several outdated medications. Most were for treating throat infections, and another was to control vomiting. But one of them was highly toxic, potassium chlorate. In its time, it was used as an antiseptic, but today we know it's poison. A minimal dose destroys red blood cells. In some cases, just a few grams were enough to cause death. Beside him, a blood-stained handkerchief revealed the rest. I'm not sure if it was the cancer, poison, or loneliness, but something took Antonio's life. Let's start with the outside part. Here was a small patio and a basket or hamper, which I'll show you now. This is the patio, and look at the vegetation. It has eaten it completely. Here's la canasta, the basket I mentioned. And here we already have the door open. First, we'll go down to this part here, and this used to be like the garage. Years ago they would have had a car here, because look at all the oil stains it left and that they had the wheel chocks here. He likely used it as his workshop. Look at everything they had around here, and here he had. To leave the tools and hang them up, even an electric drill.
This little piece of furniture with spare parts and screws.
Check this out, for sanding wood. An old wood sander. And the drill. This one was for drilling wood by hand. A bow saw. And on the floor we have 2 more, a little bigger. Everything is very handmade. And he would also have a motorcycle, because there's a helmet there, super old, a motorcycle helmet. Look, 2014 on the calendar, so the abandonment isn't that recent. Look at this here, I think it's diesel, because of the hose he made. I think it's diesel, since he'd have the car or tractor there, and here too, you can even see the stains. It could be.
Look at the hose he made for him.
And it smells like diesel, so it was probably the diesel he would use for the tractors. Let's go up to the top now. Like I said before, he had the scale here and a press here. Back then, he likely sold wine here, made his own, and the surrounding fields were vineyards. Now, honestly, they're really neglected and there's absolutely nothing. Everything is very dry. Look, I'll show you a bit, the field. It's a pretty arid area. Look at all this. Everything is full of advertisements, of magazines. This one is also from 2014. Hey, over here we see all the bottles, and these are wine bottles, which are all sealed and everything. Look at the radio back there, how cool. 4 speakers. The radio is so cool. We continue down below, which is the barn area, and where he kept the wines and everything else. There are a lot of bottles here. Look at this. Everything is full of canned food. Some of them have completely rotted, and all the boxes are full, even the ones at the bottom. Everything is full of food jars, and all of them are full. He had a lot of food, and there's more here. Why would he have so much food? Because this wasn't for sale, since it's all in different jars. These look like mushrooms or champignons. Yes, these are mushrooms too, it seems, and more food.
Wow, look at this. Wow, it has larvae.
It has larvae inside, and they're even moving. How can they survive in there? That's disgusting. The 2018 calendar, we saw one from 2014 before 2018.
Yeah, it's been about 6 or 7 years since they stopped coming.
And look at all this part here with rabbit hutches. I think they're rabbit hutches.
I think this man...
He was entirely self-sufficient with both meat and vegetables, as shown by all the canned food we found. I imagine he managed on his own, without needing to go to any supermarket to buy things. And does he have more here? Well, he has quite a lot because this area here is the same. Who knows if he had hens or chickens here, or maybe he had hens in this cage here. Alright, and let's go out to the yard, where you can see they've taken out quite a few things, like pots and pans. He had this yard out here, and more over here. More barn space for animals. Looks like he actually kept chickens and others here. He has an aviary there to keep them from escaping, closing the doors so they can't get out. Let's see the rest of the house. But I noticed something. He had a water drum here with a hose connected, and he would put it through here in the middle. Look where the hose comes out. So it was connected to all the drinkers, so he could give them all water at the same time, or so they could have water constantly. He was a handyman who did everything himself. This was like the main entrance, but the house part is right behind us. Would it be this one here? We're right at the house's door now. Let's save that for last and explore the area first. There was a full bathroom downstairs. I'm not sure if there was one upstairs too. I'm not sure, but they left a lot of things. From the bathroom. Look, from a girl. I remember this headband from 2016. The water doesn't dissolve it. All those rooms over there are already empty. So let's go upstairs this way. The upstairs is full of things. Look at this. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know if you can hear it. But it makes a noise. It has solar panels. I don't know if that's the reason, but it's the electrical system. And there are loose wires and everything here. In this part right here. I was recording elsewhere and ran over when I heard a sound I couldn't place. But look what I found here. The cucumbers drying. Oh, the mushrooms we saw earlier. I also had mushrooms or champignons here. No matter how much it sounds, there's no light because none turns on, but I don't know why it sounds that way. It gives me a bad feeling, because since it's electricity and it's been so many years without maintenance, no, what? I'm not sure what will happen. Here are more peppers. Naturally, he dried it to make it last longer. Look at this cage here. It's cooler. And a bunch of things on the floor. Check this out. Yellow melon seeds, green stripe.
Could these be the seeds from the yellow melon to plant it again or something?
As I mentioned, he was self-sufficient. I've also noticed many toys, so I know there was a young child. Look, how cool it was.
A mini lapel piano. I've seen some of these, and it was like a mini piano.
From up here, this room isn't missing. It's overflowing with things, but it really smells like rat. As you can see, droppings are everywhere, with a large pile on the bed. But look, another children's toy. It's impossible to show you all of this properly. So let's move on to this part of the house. And this is the part of the house that had another door here. Let's go through this room. It was quite big in this room here. It's just behind there, which you can't see now. I'll show you. There's like another room, but it didn't have a door. It's just a curtain now. And look, 2 more beds, and here there's actually a very nice piece of furniture. Thank you. It smells a lot like medicine. This is talcum powder. The box isn't for talcum powder, but I think it's talcum powder. Because look at this. To do it like this. And powder your face. And back here they did have the closet. The amount of clothes they left. And look at this suit. What is this suit for? I have no idea. I've never seen it before. I don't know if you guys know what it's for. And this? Is it cookies? Did I have cookies inside the cupboard? Wow, look, that's disgusting. They're small dead rats. Wow, that's disgusting. I'm not... Wow, look at the little table. How cool. And there are still things left. I can't believe it. Look.
Suavina.
What's this? Is it like a balm? Maybe it was a lip balm or something? And down here, I had the sandals.
What's this? Did it get made?
A fan made with an X-ray?
It looked like an X-ray. It's like a fan.
Should we leave this room?
Should we check out this area? We haven't seen it yet, and there's just one piece of furniture left. Look at the chandelier here. It's like an old lamp to walk around the house with the candle lit so it wouldn't drip outside.
And here are the matches. Look at the detail of the matches. They kept them right here.
It's just that hardly anyone has touched this house. More medicines. And this? Adelphan Esidrex? There's only one pill left. Old aspirins and these.
Saninas?
And here, laxatives?
And are they the same? This part and this one were laxatives. Look how bad this part here is. Here we have another room. They were quite religious. I've already seen a lot of these paintings. What an amazing piece of furniture. What would a desk look like? And more medicine. So many houses. We've seen plenty already. Gauze and iodoform, which means they would already have hydrogen peroxide or iodine, so to speak. From here with gauze pads, more gauze, all gauze, and this here looks like cotton. Yes, that's cotton. Hydrogen peroxide. Let's leave this where it was. This can't be read anymore. This looks like a dispenser, and this like a pipe.
A handmade pipe.
How strange things get weird sometimes. Look at this part here. There are a lot of shoes. There's a drawer. How many pills? Sedatives for throat infections, hoarseness, bronchitis, cough. Dosage. Take 6 to 8 pills. Oh my god, the dosage was extremely high. Look, the pill, how big they are. They were like tablets. There was a very sick person here. A story, canisaris, tumors, fistulas, sores, cavities. For everything, it's like a story. A cream that would cure everything. Or so they sold it. This is the inside of the lid. Let's open it. I managed to open it. Look inside. Use on a canvas, spread out a portion. It's to make a patch that you change 3 or 4 times a day. Come on, you have to put on the ointment and then use it like a patch. Could we explain why there were so many gauzes? Potassium chloride, best quality.
It's already full.
Purified for medicinal use, 65 pesetas.
Potassium chlorate remained common in Spanish pharmacies until the late 1990s and early 2000 SASO.
Later, it was found to be a toxic, highly oxidizing substance that could cause death. Public sale declined and was fully banned in 2008. These pills prevent vomiting. Gamer pills, a side effect of potassium chlorate. Oh, I hadn't seen this. Is it blood? Yes, it looks like blood. As if he had coughed or something. I don't know, it's very strange. He would have to have some pretty nasty disease. And look, a bunch of bulos? It's all full of pulos. Are we moving to the living room now? Check this out. What's happening in the living room?
When we saw it, we were really amazed at how majestic it looks, coming from such a humble house.
A living room like this with these chairs.
That's really cool. And with the bench here. And look at the details of the chair. In such a humble house, you don't usually see this kind of chair, honestly. And everything is in its place in this part. And the fireplace. Look at the painting that was on the tiles. Look, food coloring. There are so many super old things, more food coloring. But look first at how well they used to make things. How cool it is made to catch your attention. There are details in every corner you open. There are details, all the little cups hanging there. And look at this cup, how cool. Now we're heading to the kitchen area and leaving the living room behind, which was really nice. I loved it.
Oddly, no food is left in the kitchen, though there's plenty elsewhere in the house.
But it had a pretty spacious kitchen. Look how big it was. And this, I'm not really sure what these holes were for. There was some kind of channel here to drain down below.
No idea, this is my first time seeing it. Can any of you tell me what it is? I have no clue.
And look, it's strange that they had a bathroom here, right next to the kitchen. This would be the kitchen storage, where they kept all the pots and everything else. And this chandelier here? I think it's a lamp. It was called a lamp to put the candle in. To light up the house. Very cool. Well, guys, we finished seeing the whole house. I hope you liked the video. If so, give it a like and we'll see you at the next place. See you next time. We've come outside and look at the fields. These would be the fields of the house and they're all abandoned. And look at where the house is. We've already left and closed the door we entered, but couldn't close the open one in the back. Well, we're leaving now. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, give it a like and we'll see you at the next place. See you next time.